everybody, welcome to the pick a card for this week. Thank you for joining me. This week we are asking Spirit what our lives will look like in 6 months' time. So just to clarify, this is an extension on last week's reading, as in it's an extension on the time, but it's not a continuation of your reading. So in other words, if you picked pile 1 last time and you're drawn to pile 3 this time, that's totally fine. A lot can happen in 6 months. In the last reading, to be fair, I haven't even watched them back, so I'm not quite sure what happened in which pile, but I kind of wanted it to be that way because I feel like in 6 months' time, so much can happen that in the last reading you might have got told, for argument's sake, that you're in 6 weeks you're uniting with your soulmate, and then in 6 months' time your reading might be that you're single, because any kind of free will decision made on either person's part can end up affecting that that union. So if you get this reading that's totally different to the last one, that's okay. It just means that you're probably going to go through a lot of changes in the next 6 months. Other than that, as usual, it's a general message. So maybe not every single piece will be exactly spot on for you, but that's okay. And also, as usual, genders can be switched as you need to. Energy is energy. In the readings, I just read the energies. Females can be in a masculine energy. Males can be in a feminine energy. It really doesn't matter. Everybody has both within them. And the whole goal is to get into that balanced space for an inner union of those energies. So just take it how it resonates for your situation. Okay, so the piles that we've got today, we've got 3 crystals. Group 1 is this stone here. Group 2 is this one just here. And group 3 is this purplish stone with the orange speck here. So I'll hold the 3 of them up the best that I can because they're quite small, and you can pause if you need to for 1, 2, and 3. I need to get that away from my face or hide my face. So pause if you need to, channel in the energies of the stones. I hope you can see them all okay. And without further ado, we'll get into group 1. Hi group 1, welcome to your reading for this week. So this is the reading for what your life will look like in 6 months' time. So you guys picked this green and white stone here, very earthy, gives me very earth vibes. So in 6 months' time, it could be very much so a time to get grounded. Whenever I think of earth, I feel like it's a time to get grounded, kind of cleanse your inner space and your outer space, get organized, and get structured type thing. So we'll see what we get here. So the Moonology card that comes out for the overall energy in 6 months' time is the Void of Course Moon. Nothing will come of this situation. So this card is really about entering a time to just be, really about kind of a time to surrender to the plan that is in store for you, and a time to have faith that everything is working out for your highest good. Can be a time to kind of meditate and contemplate, so that's probably why I got earth vibes and meditating vibes from the stone. So yeah, like reflection, contemplation, and meditation. So now we'll go into, actually before we go into tarot, I might get some oracle cards first. We'll go with the Psychic Tarot for some energy oracle messages type thing. And then we'll clarify with tarot. So for group 1, for this week's pick a pile, what is their life going to look like in 6 months' time? Why is it a time to just be? Why is it a time to meditate and reflect? Let's get some info on this. Solitude, yes, definitely a time where you are meditating and contemplating. That's come out like 7 times already, meditating and contemplating. So, yeah. The way that she's reading the book, I almost feel like you could be doing a little bit of self-discovery or learning something about yourself or learning something new. Mental conflict has come out. So whatever the reason is that you're going into this meditation and contemplation mode is to do with something that's causing you quite a bit of stress and causing you to really overthink, get a little bit trapped in your head. Sacrifice has come out now. So perhaps you were sacrificing a little bit too much for something or someone in 6 months' time, and you decide to kind of withdraw from that and kind of reflect on what's in alignment or what's not, what's draining you, what's sustaining you. Okay, we've got spiritual union coming out. So perhaps this is to do with a connection. We do have 2 twos coming out, which is, 2 people or, 2 energies. And it could have been something that was perhaps quite promising, or it could be a very, very high level counterpart energy, because sometimes those high up kind of connections can really trigger one another. 6 months time for group 1. Obstacles and challenges. Yeah, so it looks like there's some obstacles and challenges going on in a connection here in 6 months time. And it's going to be weighing quite heavily on your mind. Love begins. Okay, so the vibe that I'm getting here, so going back to this Moonology card where it says nothing will come of this situation, I almost feel like you're going to be in a real period of worry and anxiety and stressing over this connection, but nothing's really going to come of it. So like everything's going to be fine. The union is a very, very deep union where you're quite bound to each other, not in a negative way, like just in a way where you've probably had like a lot of past lives together. Some people might call it the red string of fate. And it's all going to be fine. You're going to make it through the challenges. So it does seem like all the worry and all the anxiety will be for nothing. All of the mental conflict will be for nothing. Okay, so I'm getting another story here because we've got these 2 cards, one under the other, solitude and spiritual union. So I feel like there's going to be a period of withdrawal from a union or a partnership. A period of withdrawal because a couple of obstacles and challenges arise. Maybe if it's a new connection, it could be like the first ones and it kind of makes you go, oh my God, like what have I gotten into, or whatever it is. But it's more of like an inner conflict with yourself. And you might get really, really worried about bringing up whatever's bothering you, or you might be super worried that whatever's bothering you is going to blow up into a big situation, or you might feel like the obstacles and challenges are so bad that it's going to end really bad or something, but you're just in your head about this, and it's like your past fears coming into play, because then we've got sacrifice and love begins. So with a little bit of sacrifice from both parties, a bit of compromise, basically, everything will be fine. You'll both, it does seem like you'll both cooperate evenly on this situation, and you'll both find a way to do an equal give and take so that the resolution is balanced and no one will have to hold a grudge or any resentment or anything like that. Yeah, so we've got power in reverse. So I feel like as long as you stay out of your ego and as long as you don't see this as an argument to be won rather than, you know, an even compromise to be made, I think everything will be totally fine. It's just that if you guys are in your ego or you make it into like a power struggle, that's when you might have an issue. So in 6 months' time, if you remember, just make sure that in whatever's going on, just leave your ego at the door and just remember that it's not something to be won, it's a compromise to be made. We've got sacral chakra in reverse. Perhaps one of these challenges is like a loss of passion in 6 months' time, and you start to just get really, really concerned, or you or the other person start to get really concerned. There could just be someone's in a mental conflict and it's causing like a low libido, which is something that can be overcome. Or it could just be like the passion. One party could definitely have some emotional trauma that they need to deal with personally, and that could be causing the sacral chakra block. One or both parties. It could be deep emotional or deep sexual trauma, or it's just like a general loss of passion between the two of you. But with some creativity and with some compromise, you guys will be able to find an answer for this. Yeah, the foundation that you have, you'll achieve success in this. You'll come out stronger. You might come out more closer, I was going to say. You might come out closer and just ready for something new, like ready to take a next step or something. Okay, so I'm going to put the oracle cards down and I'm going to go into the Muse Tarot. Okay, I was actually going to go to the Mythic Tarot, but then I said Muse Tarot, and I think that might have been my guide's way of saying, no, go to the Muse Tarot, please. All right. So let's go with it. Let's just move these things out the way here. All right. Split the deck to 10 of Emotions, which is the 10 of Cups. Which is emotional fulfillment, a very, very deep soul connection. So that's almost like a little, what do I want to say? Well, that wasn't very good. A little bit of reassurance, I suppose, that everything in the end will be fine. All these cards are being stubborn. All right. Do some shuffling before we start drawing the cards. Okay, so Spirit, we're here for group 1 for the pick-a-pile this week. Let's clarify a couple of cards here. Can we clarify why mental conflict is here in this reading for group 1? Okay, so we've got the 6 of Inspiration in reverse. When this is upright, it's like victory, recognition, being seen, and being like thanked. So perhaps someone starts to feel a little bit, I want to say, underappreciated, like maybe a little bit emotionally neglected or something, like maybe someone pulls away a little bit. But this is definitely like someone starts to feel like they aren't being seen enough or prioritized enough in some way. Anything else for that one? So that could even relate to a work situation for those that aren't in a connection in 6 months. But the really, really strong vibe I'm getting is that this is a relationship. Okay, so let's move on. Can we please clarify obstacles and challenges in this reading for Group 1's pick a pile for how their life will look in 6 months' time? Whew, that's a mouthful. We've got the Death card. So it does seem like someone or both of you or the relationship will be going through like a rebirth or a transformation. So whatever obstacles and challenges you're facing, if you can both approach this very maturely, very openly and honestly, and from a place of love, you will really, really easily overcome this and you will level up from it, basically. It's like going to be like a test that you both pass to see if you're learning your lessons. The thing about a rebirth is that, you know, the end of a cycle or the end of something has to occur first. So the death of something brings about new life to something. So, you know, whatever challenges that you do face in 6 months' time, just hold the vision and just trust that everything's going to be okay. Have faith in the divine and understand that this is necessary in order for a rebirth, which means that it will grow into something even better. Do I want to clarify any more? No, I think we'll just ask for any more messages that want to come through. So can we just get any more messages, advice, experiences that Group 1, that came out very strongly even though I wasn't finished talking, so I'm going to take it. Group 1 in 6 months' time. Okay, we've got the 8 of Materials. The 8 of Materials is a card about mastering a craft, becoming an expert. What else have we got? Oh, God. Being like, you know, having pride in your craft or your efforts in something, or your, oh gosh, that wasn't, what's happening to me? I'm getting so rambled all of a sudden. What is this? Okay. Hang on, let me recalibrate here. Okay, anyway, let's get some more cards to clarify what it is that you guys are mastering in 6 months' time. Why is the 8 of Materials here, please? Muse of Voices, Page of Voices, 9 of Inspiration, and Justice. All flipped out, so I'll take them. Okay, so I feel as though all right. So with the Page and the Muse of Voices, I feel like one of you in this connection is a little bit more confident and open in their expression and communication, and one of you are a little bit more in your head and a little bit more reserved when it comes to speaking up about things. And it seems like that is one of the challenges that need to be overcome here, is that whoever gets a little bit uncomfortable with vulnerability, they need to break this cycle and just open up and express themselves truthfully and authentically. That's what's going to get you over the finish line, and that's what's going to bring in your success here. That's what's going to bring in your balance, your justice, the relationship that you really deserve. So I feel like that's the lesson that this pile is going to be learning, or one of you will be learning, is that in order to have that healthy relationship and embody that spiritual connection that you have the potential for in this connection, there needs to be really, really open and honest communication, and that's one of the barriers that are going to be crossed. Yeah, the 5 of Inspiration. I feel like you compete with yourself. This card is about competitiveness and, challenges, but I feel like your biggest challenge is yourself. Like, this is all the same girl in that photo. I feel like you're your own challenge in this situation, is just like going back and forth with yourself about what you want to say, how you want to say it. Is it going to be received well? Are you going to be rejected? Are they going to get angry? Are they going to leave? Are they going to abandon you? Like, I feel like you've probably been through a lot in your past that you just get into your like a battle with yourself about how to say what you want to say and when to say it. The Four of Inspiration. So the Four of Inspiration is a card like celebrations, milestones. Sometimes it can be marriage, and it can be like sacred communities. So whether this means that once you break this cycle, perhaps you head in the direction of marriage, like there's an engagement or like a milestone achieved of some sort, or perhaps you're just guided to turn to those who are a part of your own sacred community and just get advice from them on how to express yourself to overcome this situation. So that could be a little bit different for everybody, I feel, because there was definitely a couple of scenarios that I was feeling there. What else do we have for group 1 in 6 months' time? A new beginning in love. This is an Ace of Emotions. This is like a new cycle or a new relationship, or like a new start for, so if you've been going through this transformation period and it's been a little bit dark, there's going to be that rejuvenating new beginning that's full of brand new emotion again. I see 2 of the exact same fish here, so this could be a twin flame connection. Okay, we have the Star, we have the Devil, and we have the Sun. Interesting. Okay, so it does feel as though, so the Devil card can be negative habits. It can represent someone who, what's the word I'm looking for? Someone who's like a control freak, someone who has to have control all the time. It can be sort of someone that's a bit manipulative. It can be addictions. To me, it just kind of represents negative habits and negative behaviors. I do feel like some of you are going to have to make a decision so perhaps this is the energy of someone in the past, and this is something that you're really going to have to concentrate on letting go of and looking ahead with a hopeful attitude. That's what's going to bring the best results, because we've got the Sun card, which is like an optimistic future, a very bright future, full of rewards and blessings. So if someone in the past had any sort of negative behaviors or negative habits, I do feel that they have been let go of, and that the energy is that they just want to look ahead now and sort of move forward and just not look back. So this new beginning that we have with the Ace of Emotions, I do feel is going to be like a very, very new beginning where you both go through a major ego death, because often, I'm going to go off track a little bit here, but I feel like it's necessary to say, often in relationships when 2 people do have a lot of love and a lot of passion for each other, oh my God, I just totally lost my train of thought. yes, when disagreements and challenges do arise, the ego gets in the way, and suddenly it's like the result or the outcome is like a prize to be won. But that's not what it is. It's challenges and disagreements come up so that you guys can learn to communicate healthily and come to an even compromise. It's not I won that argument or I lost that argument. And sometimes the stubbornness of the ego can just get in the way of doing what the heart really wants, because the heart usually just really wants forgiveness and compassion. So with this ego death, I think that both of you will be dropping egos in order to look ahead with authenticity, vulnerability, and you'll just be really, really opening up to each other. Can we get anything away from love? What else is happening for group 1? The Six of Voices has come out here. So the Six of Voices is a card about transitioning, realigning, quick changes, unexpected sort of pushes or unexpected changes, but they're orchestrated, so they're happening for you, not happening to you. Can we get more info on that, please? Seven of Emotions. The Seven of Emotions card is about seeing through illusions, assessing your options, and this could be something that's kind of gone on pause in regards to your material world, whether it's like career or an income avenue or something like that. There's a bit of a pause, and it gives you some time to reflect and consider your options. It's kind of like some time to stop and reassess where you want to go forward from here. We've got the Knight of Inspiration, the Muse of Emotions, and the Three of Inspiration. So I feel like the Knight of Inspiration is fire energy. It can be like, taking risks. It can be fast action. It can be like having a lot of enthusiasm. The Muse of Emotions, this is really interesting. It's almost as though the Knight is becoming this king. He's losing those habits of like being impulsive and taking risks, and he's growing into this king energy, the king, and not just any king, it's the king of emotions. So this is someone that's like emotionally aware, compassionate, very intuitive, very in touch with themselves and their desires. Someone who expresses their emotions and their needs very clearly. So if this is the person that you're in a connection with, or if this is you, it seems like someone's letting go of some past like wishy-washy, risky behavior and growing into the king. So they're just like emotionally maturing. It could be as a result of an ego death. And then the Three of Inspiration is progress, expansion, having clear goals, and overcoming orchestrated pauses. So when they grow into this King of Cups, in this deck it's the King of Emotions energy, that's when the progress begins, and it's going to be like a domino effect where things will start happening one after the other and quite quickly. Okay, so to finish it off, let's get some mermaid messages. Okay, so now we'll see what the mermaids would like to say to group 1. Maybe we'll ask for, between now and 6 months' time, what would the guidance be for those viewing for the group 1 pile? We have gentleness, waiting, and love. So I definitely think this is very clearly saying that sort of over the next 6 months, just be very gentle, very so if you're not already in a connection and this connection's coming, like, you're just being told to just be gentle with this. And just wait for it to come to you. Don't try to force anything. Don't put pressure to the situation. This is the love of a lifetime, and it's going to lead to something very beautiful, but not if you try to control the situation or the outcomes, and not if you don't open yourself to being vulnerable, open yourself to being gentle, and open yourself to holding space for love. Some of you, I feel like, are definitely waiting on someone to come in, whether you know them or not. Some of you might not know this person yet, so maybe that was the 6-week reading was saying that that's roughly when you're going to connect with your person, like however it resonates for you. But in 6 months' time, the connection is definitely underway for this reading. So I'll leave group 1 there. I hope you guys have a really good week, and I hope to see you in another video soon. Don't forget, please, to like and comment if this resonated for you. I think that's it. I'll see you guys in another video. Bye-bye. Take care. Hey, group 2, thank you for joining me for your pick a pile reading for this week. So we are asking what life will look like in 6 months' time. Pile 2 was this interesting little rock or crystal. I actually just found this one in my driveway one day, so I picked it up. No idea what it is or what the meaning is. It looks like a quartz or something. It could be nothing. I don't even know. But it was the stone that fell out during my little crystal shuffle. I do this for the picker cards, and whatever falls out in 1, 2, 3 order is what I use. So because I don't know much about this, and because I found it by chance, I do almost feel like something unexpected is going to be coming in to your life in 6 months' time, or something that you just get really confused or unsure about because you don't know much about this situation, or there's a lot of unknown about this situation. Let's see what you're interesting. Okay, so your Moonology card for the overall energy of 6 months' time, interestingly enough, is adjustments are required, which is the 3rd quarter moon. So the message with the crystal tied in with the card definitely could be that, something, we enter like a bit of a period of unknown because something unexpected occurs, or something that you've entered into has a lot of unknown about it, or a little bit of uncertainty about it. But we'll find some more information. We'll go through to the Mythic Tarot, and we'll start pulling some tarot cards. Oh, I was meant to start with the Oracle. I'm all over the place today. I don't know what's wrong with me. Okay, yeah, no, we'll go to the Energy Oracle, I think. Sorry for that little bit of a muck around. Oh, my hair's really bothering me at the moment. Yeah, okay, so there's just a lot of unease in the next 6 months for you guys, because everything's just like unknown, or like I'm fidgety. I feel a little bit nervous, like things are bothering me, like my hair's started to bother me, and interruptions I almost feel are going to be a theme, I should say, in 6 months' time. And like the card says, adjustments are required. So let's see what's going on for pile 2 in 6 months' time, please. The first card out is community. So this could definitely be pointing you towards a connection. Now, when I say connection, I use the term loosely. In your community, you've got family, friends, colleagues, I don't know, acquaintances, team members, you know, any type of connection. But with adjustments are required and community, I do see this pile kind of realigning in regards to their close community. So obviously you absorb the energy that you are around the most. So if you're around energy that's not on the same vibration as you, then you start to kind of absorb that lower vibration, and your vibration can lower as well. Like energy is contagious. So if there's someone that you need to like cut ties with or something for your highest good, that could be an adjustment that you're making in 6 months' time. Overall, I feel like you're going to be really looking at whatever is not in alignment or whatever's out of balance, and you're going to be sort of removing those from your life. Patience in reverse, and I don't think you're going to be very patient about it, group 2. It's almost like you're going to just have this realization that you don't owe anybody anything. If it's not good for your soul, then, you know, why are you bothering? That seems like it's going to be your theme in 6 months' time, and you're going to just be really focused on what's in your best interest and what's for your soul's best interest. The envy card has come out. So this person in your community, someone could be quite envious of you. They could really, behind the scenes, they could be like in competition with you almost, and be trying to one-up you all the time. They could just feel like you have this amazing life that they can't compete with, and so they get very sort of jealous and emotional and quite toxic or negative, and then it kind of drags you down. Or you just shine like way too bright for this person to handle, and it just makes them uncomfortable. But there's definitely like a toxic or envious energy in your life, group 2, that will need to be, a decision will need to be made about that in around 6 months. I've got indecision and angel of strength. They've come out together. So, all right, I feel as though although I said before that you're going to be quite impatient and ruthless about these endings that need to take place, I almost feel like there's one connection in particular that you're going to be very indecisive about when it comes to removing this connection from your life. It's going to require a lot of strength. And this one might test your patience. You might have to be patient with this. But I feel like you really need to protect this pile. I'm feeling like this person, you shine way too brightly for this person. And they just they can't handle it. Like, we've got these cards in this position here. That's kind of how they are for me. And in her head, she's like got a glow around her head, and then this person's like where her glow is, she's just like, she can't really handle it, you know. So I almost feel as though someone's a little bit jealous of how brightly you shine. Perhaps they feel like you get a lot more attention than them. Perhaps you just have a very infectious energy that draws people in. You know, like I said, it could be a friend. It doesn't have to be a relationship. But however it resonates for you, this person definitely has some toxicity around them they need to heal. This is quite unknown at the moment. I do feel like if you tried to think about this right now, you probably wouldn't be able to figure it out. So maybe this is someone that comes into your life. Maybe it's someone who is already in your life, but then in the next 6 months, perhaps you advance so far, they feel like they're getting left behind. Like there's so many ways this could resonate. So you'll just have to kind of play it out and wait and see. But this person is definitely unknown at the moment to you. As in, you could know them, but at this stage, there's no red flags. Third chakra. This is the solar plexus chakra. It is an intuitive center. That's where we get our gut feeling from our intuition. And it seems like in 6 months' time, yours is going to be very active. And you'll be very receptive in the crown. So there's also a glow in the crown and around his crown there too. Another one in this one, there's another glow around the crown there. So I feel as though your intuition is going to be very strong in 6 months' time. And if you really delve into that gut instinct or however you feel your intuition, I think that's where you'll have the strength and confidence to be able to identify the person that isn't good for you. That's in your your network. We got storm warning, we got hostilities. So this is going to cause a bit of a storm and someone's going to be extremely hostile about this. When this ending does take place, when you figure this out and you try to sort of cut these ties here, someone's going to get very defensive and hostile, and unfortunately is going to cause a little bit of a turbulent time period. How will the outcome be of that situation though? We got the sixth chakra, the third eye chakra, sorry. The third eye chakra is, seeing through illusions, seeing situations through your third eye, not your two eyes. So I think that's your guidance on this situation, and it's also come out right underneath the third chakra. So your intuitive centers are going to be very strong, very receptive, and very, very in tune. So I guess just trust yourself. Like if this person tries to defend themselves and tries to fight you on this and cling on, you are seeing this correctly and you need to trust yourself and just really cut the cord here. All right, let's go into the tarot now. We'll try to get some more info on this. Sorry, I don't have a more positive reading for you, group 2. Hopefully we can get something a little bit nicer out of this deck or something. So again, guys, this can be a colleague, a workplace situation. It could be a family situation. It could be a love situation, or it could just be a friend. Like however this resonates for you, just be sure to apply it how it works for you. Oh, jeez. Okay, so do I want to clarify or are we going to pull? Yeah, let's do some clarifiers. Okay, why do we have... Sorry guys, I'm just hearing another message coming through. There's one, see this could be just for one person or it could be for a couple of people, but it's quite specific. But I am hearing that some of you in 6 months' time are going to have a choice to make between people. And it does seem like if you try to rush into this decision, you do have quite a high risk of, I guess, making the dark decision as opposed to the light decision, if that makes any sense. I feel like you really need to listen to your soul and listen to your intuition on this, because let's say, for argument's sake, you're choosing between women. If you rush this decision, you'll probably choose the more attractive physically option, or the more lustful option, which will then turn toxic and end badly. So if you're choosing between people, then you're guided to really listen to your soul and choose what's in your highest good, because this is really going to pave the way for the time following that, following the 6 months period. So in your decisions, you have one decision will lead you to something very, very strong, a very strong, deep connection. And one decision will lead you just on a path of turbulence, hostility, trust issues, defensiveness, arguments, and just overall darkness. But then if you go with that option that's really good for your soul, that ends in your chakras bursting, and the angel of strength coming through, where this is another card where I see the lion protecting the female and the female protecting the lion. So I feel like it's a very strong and sturdy foundation. Okay. I'm actually not going to clarify now that I got that message out, because I really don't think that we can clarify any further out of that reading. We'll just see what Spirit wants to bring through. So first of all, we've got the Seven of Pentacles. The Seven of Pentacles is really a time of pausing and reflecting. So like we've said a few times, recognizing where adjustments are required. It's kind of seeing like where you can invest in next, assessing your progress so far. Sorry, my nose is getting really itchy. By the time I've done like a few readings, this always happens. Oh, sorry guys. I've noticed a lot of other readers get it too, so I don't know if it's like when the third eye and the crown get active, like I don't know if we get more blood flow, like my cheeks do get red too, so it could be like more blood flow just makes the nose get all, I don't know. I could just be making that up, but that's my excuse. What else is going on for pile 2 in 6 months' time? I am just going to get a quick drink because I'm getting a little dry. Oh gosh. Okay. Pile 2, 6 months' time. What else is going on, please, Spirit? Oh. There's that decision, the Two of Wands, picking between two paths or two choices. So, Seven of Cups. This is almost like someone's asking the universe to help them with a decision, and the universe is saying, yeah, pick that one. That's what that image is literally saying to me. So this is really extending on that message that I just channeled through a couple of minutes ago. Yep, and the Five of Wands, jealousy, rivalry, competitiveness. So if two people are like competing for you, I definitely feel like you're going to have to make a choice between people for some of you in 6 months' time. You can't, like, that's just a very clear, intuitive message from these images. That's what the images are really telling me here. Do we have anything else to add to that? Okay, how about in general? Do we have anything else for group 2, 6 months' time? Ace of Wands. So it's almost like there's going to be something very passionate on the table here, in the works, with the potential for like a new spark or Okay, I don't know why I'm getting this. Like these cards are just seriously sending me like big messages at the moment. Okay, so see this guy here, this king. He's got the world in his hands and he's got this big flaming rod, like he's got it all going on. But he's like looking back behind him and it's almost like someone has noticed, so regardless of gender, whoever the person is in this card, someone's over here like focused on themselves. They're like, yep, got it going on. They're feeling confident. They're feeling good. But then they look behind them and they're like, oh, look at her or look at him. Like, man, I really messed up there. So someone could have turned away, and so this could be someone from your past, right? Someone's turned away. You know, they've been putting their energy into other things. They've been getting their material world in order. They've been focused on having fun, their independence. Could be possibly giving their energy to other people as well. And then all of a sudden they turn around and they see you, the viewer, or you see someone else. This could be you as well. Take it as it resonates, no judgment. You turn around and you see this person and you're just like, oh my God, like, look what I'm missing out of. This person is really in their power. You're admiring them from a bit of a distance and this person or you are ready to come in with this offer. So perhaps group 2, as you're detaching from one person from the past and meeting someone new, perhaps you catch this person in the past's attention and they decide to come back and give you an offer, and then you have to make a decision between these people. Or if this is you could possibly be in a connection that is totally toxic, and you're just losing patience with it. You feel like the time's up here, and now you're looking at a different choice that you possibly could have chosen, or someone that you've just met. However it resonates for you, you're looking at that now and you're like, I think that, you know, I made the wrong decision here, or I think that I need to make a decision to leave this and I need to go for that, or however it resonates. This is a like full-on reading. King of Pentacles, yeah, like you want to give this King of Pentacles energy to someone, or someone wants to give this King of Pentacles energy to you. Someone wants to show you how like successful and grounded and mature and like, you know, they can provide, they can give you what you need, they're stable, they're everything you could think of or dream of. They want to show you that they can be that, or you want to do this for somebody else. Yeah, so this bit of turbulence in 6 months' time, where you get to this crossroads, this is like the final push before your victory. So there'll be a bit of turbulence here. You might have to hurt someone to go to someone else if that's the case, or if you're leaving behind a toxic friend or family member or whatever it is going to cause a bit of turbulence, but then you are going to sail through into your victory and get back onto safe land. What else do we have for group 2? For 6 months' time. The Star. So I definitely feel like in about 6 months' time, you know, there's going to be a lot of confusion and you're going to have a little bit of a hard time to see where you're meant to go, or you might lose sight of all the answers. But when the dust settles and all of this clears, you know, you'll have that hopeful attitude and that, you know, whatever it is that you're striving towards, you'll have that. That'll be yours again. Oh, that's like 100 cards. I'm not taking all of those, guys. Do we have anything left for group 2 in 6 months' time? Oh my God. ignore what these cards are even called. Look at this. This guy is sitting here and he's got an apple and he's looking over here between these people and he's like, who do I want to give this apple to? So I definitely feel like there's options on the table here. And someone is totally going to be burdened by this. Someone is going to be trapped in their own head, worried, sick about making this decision or about making the wrong decision, for sure. But with the love, like the Lovers card is definitely a card about very, very strong soulmate connection. So I feel like one of these is definitely like the ultimate person for you. So I guess just have faith that you will end up with the right person. But most of all, if you're the one making this decision, just make sure that you're making it based on your soul's needs and desires. Don't base it off of your 3D self or your ego. Like, oh, I just got a hair in my face. The ego needs to be left at the door for this decision, and you need to think very carefully about it. Or it could end up being that like your worst nightmares come true and it ends up just going completely south. Yeah, I'm feeling like I need to call it there for the tarot. What I'll do for you guys as well is get some mermaid cards. No, actually, I want to get some Work Your Light oracle cards here and get some advice for you over the next 6 months in the lead up to this decision making, so that we can hopefully have you making the best decision for you according to your best interests and your higher self or your highest good. Okay, for group 2, over the next 6 months, what is the advice for them in the lead up to this situation in the reading? We've got Keepers of the Earth and Mirror. Okay, I don't know if you can, hopefully you can see those okay. Keepers of the Earth says you're not alone, ancient ancestors stand beside you, and Mirror says who or what is triggering you. So if this pile, definitely get out into nature as much as you can and be grounding with the earth. I feel like you guys have a very strong connection to the universe, and I feel like if you're paying enough attention, you'll get messages from Mother Earth, like from animals, from synchronicities and signs from a higher source, like whatever it is. I feel like if you get really in touch with the earth, you'll be very receptive to the messages that are available to those who look, really. And Mirror says who or what is triggering you. So I think over the next 6 months, whenever you are triggered, you need to really look at this situation as a chance to heal something, and really focus on, so when you are triggered, so for argument's sake, if there's something that you don't like about someone, they say that usually it's a trait that you haven't accepted within yourself, or they remind you of something that you don't like about yourself. And they say that everyone's basically a mirror of you. So it could be time to start looking at how you contribute to situations, because this is not for everybody. Like, this is just some people. Like, say, I don't know, out of my head's coming, like if you are sitting around waiting for someone to message you and then you get angry because they haven't. Well, when you really think about it, you haven't messaged them either. So it's like a mirror situation where you're mirroring each other. So just look deep into these triggers and just heal those in the lead up to this situation, so that when you do get to that situation, you're not choosing karmic cycles or familiar cycles over something healthy and with soulmate potential. And it says here, trust your path. If you knew you would be supported, what would you do? I mean, that card's pretty self-explanatory, but it's just about really having more faith in yourself and more faith in the universe's plan for you. It's almost a card of saying, like, take action in your life in such a way that you feel like it's a guarantee that you're going to have success. Don't contemplate the risks of failure. Just act as if everything is a guarantee. What would you do if everything was a guarantee? Would you go for that job? Would you start this new business? Would you start that sport that you wanted to sport? Would you go and learn a new task? Would you learn a new skill? Would you message that person? Whatever it is for you, if you felt like this was a guaranteed positive return, what would you be doing? Just do it. Like, trust yourself and go for it. Okay, group 2, I'm going to leave your reading there. I hope you enjoyed it. Please don't forget to like and comment if you did enjoy it, and subscribe for future uploads. And I hope to see you in another video again soon. Bye guys, take care. Hey group 3, thank you for joining me for your pick a pile for this week. Today we have asked what your life is going to look like in 6 months' time. If you chose group 3, you chose this pretty purpley mahogany kind of stone with the orange speck. What am I getting from this stone here? Let's see. With the dark and the light, I almost feel like coming out of the dark into the light. I do pick up on a need to like a need to get out into the sun and a need to just bring more lightness in overall. That's really all I'm getting from this stone here. So let's see what your overall energy card is from the Moonology deck. Sorry, I just need to move a few things out of the way. Okay, it says new moon in Scorpio, work through your fears. This card is, funnily enough, it is a time of transformation, like coming out of a dark moon phase. In this moon is a dark moon, so it's coming out of a dark time, entering a period of transformation. And from memory, I think this card is like letting go and releasing things like jealousy and like letting go of grudges, and I don't know, just releasing like forgiveness, like getting to a place of forgiveness and stuff like that. So that's the overall energy there. Which oracle deck do we want to go to for this reading? I think I'm going to go the Psychic Tarot deck. So first we're going to get oracle messages, and then we'll go into the tarot, clarify anything we need to clarify, and just get any extra messages that Spirit might want to bring through as well. So now we are asking for group 3. What is their life looking like in 6 months' time? Group 3. We've got financial and material changes. We've got awareness. I'm not going to take those ones. Feel like it might have just been a drop. Okay, we've got rejoice in celebration. We've got disruption in reverse. we've got recognition and reward, and we've got mental conflict. So before I pull more cards, I just want to start bringing the messages out because there's quite a lot and I don't want to forget any or leave any behind. Okay, so financial and material changes is quite self-explanatory. Anyways, I do feel like these are going to be very positive changes. We do have the Rejoice in Celebration card for one. We have the disruption in reverse. So I do feel like the disruptive period in 6 months' time is coming to an end, and that's what's kind of bringing you back into the light a little bit. Perhaps you get recognized or awarded with something at work or in your career, or if you have like if you're like a public influencer or whatever, however it works for you, like you're going to start to be really recognized and really looked up to. With the awareness card, this come out directly underneath the Moonology card, and I do feel as though this is trying to tell you, or trying to tell me, to tell you guys to, as you go through the dark period, which is what I'm picking up now that you're coming out of in this 6 months' time, as you are in the dark period, try to maintain the awareness that this is happening for your highest good. There will be celebrations to be had at the end of it, but you need to go through this dark period in order to create space and transform. Yeah, so I definitely, in the lead up to the next 6 months, is definitely going to be a time of disruptions and challenges, but I'm definitely picking up that you're coming out of it in 6 months' time. Okay. Mental conflict, and then comes out the third eye chakra, the universe in reverse, and choose wisely. Okay, so I definitely feel as though some of you are going to end up being in your head, because there's going to be decisions to be made, as in which direction do you take this career or this endeavor or this business or however it resonates for you. There's going to be choices to make. So whether you get offers of some kind, like, you know, promises of promotions or new opportunities or something that come up, but then perhaps, you know, you get brought this idea that from your third eye, you get this new idea that you want to run with and that you want to begin on your own, or like, however, I'm definitely going to need tarot cards to really like clarify all of this, because there is so much coming through. But it does kind of appear like it's almost like you're just about to go out on your own, or you're just about to make a decision because you've had enough of where you're working, or you feel underappreciated, or you feel like you're not being recognized for your efforts or something like that. And then suddenly you get this new offer or this new contract that, you know, technically is everything you've ever dreamed of. It's worth celebrating, but you have this awareness that because of this idea that you've been brought, there's more for you. Like, perhaps you have this awareness that you want more out of your work, you want more purpose, you want to find your unique energy print. And then, you know, like you end up having to make a choice, like, do I stay here? Do I leave? Like, what do I do now? Perhaps the 3D rewards that you're being offered are so good that you feel like you can't turn them down. But it does seem like it's a bit of a distraction to try to pull you off your path, because we've got universe in reverse coming out underneath recognition and reward. So it's almost like these offers and this recognition and reward that comes in from your current situation is a test to see if you're going to turn your back on that path that's been brought to you. Which deck do I want to use? I think we'll go the Muse. So we'll put those away. And where are they? Under here. So yeah, it definitely seems like 6 months' time, your third eye is going to be very open and seeing an opportunity or seeing some truth about your purpose, or really trying to point you in the direction that you're meant to be going to. So first cards out from the Muse Tarot are the Moon and the Three of Voices. So the Moon card is a quite emotional card. And then this card's quite emotional too, because this person in this card, she's quite trapped. Well, she feels like she's quite trapped with no way out. But if she opens up her perspective, she'll see that there are endless opportunities to get out. And there is light available to her. So I do sense that this is the period that you'll be coming out of. But the Moon is also, it can be like exposing hidden truths. So something about the Moon might bring some truth through to you, or so whatever, maybe it's the full moon around that 6 month time period. That might be a very crucial full moon for you. It might have you feeling a little bit emotional, but it might also bring you some truth about something. The Eight of Materials is mastering a craft or perfecting something that you do. So I definitely feel as though this is like a career opportunity or a money-making avenue, or something that could very well be a part of your purpose or your mission in this lifetime, because there is the potential to completely master this craft. But before the new can come in, something must end. That's come out over awareness. And earlier I said that I think the awareness card was also trying to tell me that when you're going through the dark period, just have the awareness that this is happening in your best interest and it is going to bring in something new. And the Death card's really confirming that for me, that this is a transformation process. So it will get darkest before the light comes in. The Seven of Emotions here is about options and, recognizing the true option, or seeing through illusions, or daydreaming and manifesting. So I definitely feel as though perhaps it could be a bit of an ego death, or like a shedding of another layer of your ego that occurs. And then this is what makes you start to question everything in your life and how it aligns with the new you. Does this resonate with me? Does this align with my frequency? Is this good for me? Is this bad for me? What do I need to get rid of? What's an illusion? What's real? We've got the Five of Inspiration. This is really a card about challenges, rivalries, competition. So you guys might, the thing about this card is that it's all the same, I'm pretty sure it is anyway. yeah, it's all the same person in this card. So I almost feel like a lot of your own competition is yourself. Like you get a bit in your own head and then you make it hard for yourself by overthinking. Or like, it's like, yeah, it's kind of like a card that says to me, like, you are your own worst enemy. What else is going on for group 3 in 6 months' time? I'm not going to take those ones, but I'll take the bottom one. Okay, we've got 6 of inspiration. So I do feel like in 6 months' time, that, like I said, that disruptive period down here will be over and you'll start to be seen, start to be recognized, start to be valued a bit more. You'll be feeling a little bit more confident, possibly feeling like a bit of a star in your own little show. Yeah, definitely standing in the light a lot more after a period of darkness is what I see there. Page of Voices, 6 of Voices, 2 of Emotions. Okay. All right. I'm getting a pretty clear message here for group 3 for some of you. The reason that all of this has had to happen, like, okay, so this is you, all confusing in your head, not really knowing what to do, like just dancing around with your thoughts, unsure about where to go next. And then you've got this card here, which is this female figure I see as the divine, and she's about to flick this person off the edge. She's holding the person, yes, but she's also about to flick him off the edge and make things a little bit uncomfortable, but in order to push this person into a new direction. And it came out like this, pushing this person into the direction of a very deep connection. It doesn't just mean romantic. It can mean romantic. For some of you, it probably is romantic. It's probably a deep connection that will bring a lot of reward, or that you have a joint mission together. Something very, very deep and something very meaningful and mutual. But the 2 of Emotions can also be a creative collaboration. So it could be that you've been made so uncomfortable in your career because the universe is trying to push you in the direction of somebody that you can create something quite meaningful and rewarding with, like a new business idea or a venture or something like that. So while you're all confused in your head and wondering where to go, you're about to discover that this was all to push you into the direction of either a very meaningful romantic relationship or a very meaningful like business partnership or creative partnership. I think the mental conflict comes from deciding what to do. Do you stay where you are just because the rewards have started to come in and test you to try and pull you back? Or do you go for your fulfillment? The 8 of Inspiration is a card about propelling forward. It can be about travel, like you may have to travel for this new opportunity or this new person or job or whatever it is for you. You may need to travel. It's also about like running with inspiration before you're trying to make sense of it, and just kind of trusting your gut and moving forward no matter what. You know, breaking free, going after your freedom. Oh. Okay, we got the 10 of Materials, the Knight of Inspiration, and we got Strength, which is in reverse. I'm going to read it as if it's reversed, even though I don't know if it's meant to be or not, but anyway, let's go. So if this is a creative collaboration or like a creative partnership or like a business idea or something, it does seem like the Knight of Inspiration is someone who gets things done. He charges ahead. He's a bit impulsive. He likes to take a risk. And it's like you're now ready to take a risk to your abundance, your fulfillment. The 10 of Materials card is not only material success, it's also like, oh, what's the word in the book? It's like a dynasty of wealth or something. So like it takes into consideration like family, legacy, yeah, so not just like material success, but like a strong family unit, you know, wanting to leave behind a legacy or a dynasty. But it does seem like there is some strength to be gained before you can just jump and move right towards that. For some reason, the Strength card has come out in reverse, and I do feel it's to try and say that there is something to be worked on or something to be strengthened before this risk can be taken. Maybe there needs to be a stronger foundation before this move can be made, or something needs to be strengthened. Okay, we've got the Knight of Materials, the Three of Emotions, and the Two of Inspiration. So I almost feel like once there's a bit more stability and once something gets, what's the word I'm looking for? Once something gets grounded in the 3D and has a little bit more stability, that's when there's going to be something worth celebrating. The Three of Emotions is like joy, celebrations, connections, friendships. But this is like a new path. So it's something that it's not here yet. It's coming, but it's not here yet. It's not grounded in the 3D yet. Like this is just an idea or a vision or a fantasy or something still to come, like something still in the 5D. It's all on an energetic level at the moment. But once it's a bit more grounded and it has a bit more stability, that's when everything can start moving, and that's when the celebrations can begin. Anything else for group 3 in 6 months' time? We've got the Queen of Voices. The Queen of Voices is, she's very truthful. She's very honest. She's got a very clear vision. She's very intelligent. She's very strategic and very wise. So let's see. Why is the Queen of Swords here? It's funny because it's coming out right next to the Two of Inspiration, and it's like the telescope's pointing straight towards this Queen. So I don't know if some of you so on the horizon for you might be the Queen of Voices, perhaps. So regardless of gender, this is someone very intelligent and strategic, someone not very emotionally expressive, but they are trustworthy and honest. They're very wise, and as I said, they have a very clear vision for their future. So some of you may know someone that represents that energy, and that could be where you're headed towards down the track. You might not even know this person yet, so they could come to you in the future. Or perhaps this is an energy that you're going to grow into yourself. Why is the Queen of Swords here, please? Why is the Queen of Swords here? Okay, so some of you oh wow. Some of you are sleeping on a soul connection. Okay, so the devil came out with the 9 of voices and the 9 of emotions. And what these pictures are kind of giving me is that some of you might be like, I don't even know if this is at present or in future, because the way this has come out is like it's brought through a different energy for me that I can't quite put my finger on. So this could be at the present or it could come down the track. But there is someone for some of you that could perhaps be in this Queen of Swords energy, which was that wise, intelligent, honest, transparent, very leadership type energy. Some of you feel like almost obsessed with this person, but it's not in an unhealthy way. It could be bothering you, how much they're on your mind, whether this is now or in 6 months. But you literally feel like in this figure here is being like controlled by the 2 little people up the top, and it's almost like you feel completely tied, completely bound to this person. And interestingly enough, we've got like the same dots here in this image where they're asleep. And the first message I got with these 2 9s was that you're sleeping on a soul connection, as in like you're not awakening to the fact about somebody. But then with these ones, I also feel like even when you're asleep, like this person haunts your dreams. Like you cannot let someone go. There's someone that you've got your mind on. And you might think it's an unhealthy attachment or like something toxic because of the fact of how like addicted to this person you are or how much you think about them. But the truth is that you're not awakening to is that it's just because it's a very soul connection. It's a very deep, fulfilling connection. You guys are so tied to each other that you can feel each other's energy. It's like that red string of fate, like where it's such a strong connection, you're like tied to each other no matter how far you go, no matter how far apart you guys get, you're always bound, always attached in some way. In every single one of those cards, we have those dotted lines. So we have some here, we have some down to here, going into the dreams, and then we have this grounding into reality down here. So the truth is it's not unhealthy. It's not a codependency or an addiction on this person. It's not unhealthy at all. It's just such a strong connection that you're just pulled to this person. Perhaps you want to transform yourself with this person, and you kind of go a little bit back and forth with your ego because, I don't know, take that as it resonates. That was just a message that I got, but then it kind of stopped. But it does seem like if you wake up to this and start visioning it in more of a positive light and just start viewing it as something very deep, something that you can't really control, then you can just sort of surrender to it and just go with the flow. Okay, I'm going to stop there and I'm going to I'm going to go to the mermaid cards and we'll get a few of those for some guidance for you. So what's the guidance for group 3 during the next 6 months? So this advice at the end of each group is more of like, okay, so between now and when this occurs, what can you do to get into your highest vibration, I suppose, to make the most clear decisions and to really harness that time period appropriately. So what can group 3 do in the next 6 months for their highest good? Sorry, they're a bit stuck together. I'm just... We've got dreaming. So going back to this card, I am kind of getting the vibe that some of you already know this person, And perhaps this is the connection you're going to wake up to in 6 months' time, or your person's going to wake up to it in 6 months' time. Take it as it resonates. But for some of you, like, you're dreaming about this person, or you're dreaming about this future vision that you have for yourself. So really pay attention to your dream space in the next 6 months and see what your guides and your intuition and your third eye is really bringing you. Also remember, the dream card is also giving me the message that where our energy goes, no, what's that saying? Where attention flows, energy goes. So this also is another way of saying, like, whatever you're thinking of, you will manifest into your reality. So be sure to be keeping your thoughts and visions high vibrational and positive to attract that. Turn away from anything not in your highest good. As you're going through your realignment phase, you need to start distinguishing between people that, people that just aren't in your highest good, people that suck your energy, people that drain your energy, people who are on a low vibration, because it does affect whoever you surround yourself with, does affect your own vibration. So it's really about turning away from anything that doesn't serve your highest good. There's a lot of fish in this card, and I'm just like, there's plenty of fish in the sea. So I don't know if someone needs to hear that. Re-energize. Yeah, so just be really concentrating on filling your cup and making sure that you're vibrating at the highest level you can. Making sure that you're spending time rejuvenating your energy and, like, meditating, grounding, clearing your inner space, clearing your home as well to re-energize your sacred space at home. Bottom of the deck is go with the flow. So yeah, really start to go with the flow a little bit more, loosen the reins, and just go with the flow of life for the next 6 months whilst filling your cup and whilst trying to maintain that high vision for yourself. All right, guys, I'm going to leave it there. I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, please don't forget to like and comment. Let me know how it was for you. And don't forget to subscribe for future uploads if you're interested in those. In the meantime, take care, and I hope to see you in another video soon. Bye, guys.